So hi, it's Pudders again. Part 2 of the Neville Collins video tribute, if you like. Just again to orientate people ahead of me across the road, and in the distance is High Wood. And if we just bring the camera around a little bit to the left, over on the in front of those trees in the far distance is the spot where Neville was killed in action on this day in 1916. So I'm actually in Caterpillar Valley Cemetery, which I suspect quite a few of you will be familiar with. It's a large cemetery, it's a concentration cemetery. Around about 5,500 burials in here. Of those, around 3,800 are unknowns. That's not an unusually high figure for a concentration cemetery if you think about battlefield clearance and the times that took place. Also in the distance there is the New Zealand Memorial, and elsewhere in this cemetery is the grave where the New Zealand unknown soldier was exhumed not that many years ago. So this is where he came from originally, an unknown soldier of the New Zealand forces. But we're here to find young Neville. He's over here somewhere. Apologies if the wind which has picked up again, is ruining the sound on this, but we'll battle on. I left my camera here so that I could look like I just knew where I was going, but I've already been over here. I have to say once again that been out here for almost a week and a half now. It's very quiet out here, very quiet. Very few people out on the battlefields that I've seen. Anyway, here's young Nev and his stone. What can I add to what I said earlier? He was born in 1894 in Kent. By the time he came to St John's School, his parents rather were living in Lydd in Kent, which is a little place that I know quite well from my very much younger days. We used to spend our family holidays in Dymchurch, just up the road from Lydd, and we used to spend a lot of time down there. So there's a little connection. As I said this morning, emigrated to Canada in 1913, and then when the war broke out, joined the Canadian Forces, came over to England, sought a commission, got a commission in the Royal Sussex Regiment, and ended up out here towards the end of 1915, just missing the sort of all came out for the dog end, as I said, of the Battle of Loos. When you see someone like this in a cemetery this size, it's just one person, but it's quite, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes an impact. There are many here, and I've come to see Neville. I'll now go for a stroll through the rows, but there's 5,500 graves here. With the best will in the world, I can't walk past every single one of them and spend time with them. So it's important, if you have someone you can focus on, that you do that. And in doing that for one person, you are in effect doing it for them all. Anyway, I hope you've found these 2 videos of interest today. It's another glorious day out here. We've been really lucky with the weather. Sure, it's not quite so nice at home, but there you go. One last look at the cemetery. And I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later on.